are true. He's come back to seek his revenge. Only you can save your children. You must make yourself remember.
Remember what?
Peter, don't you know who you are?
Have to fly. Have to fight. Have to crow. Have to save Maggie. Have to save Jack. Okay, he's back. Who?
Let's fly!
Oh my God, where are we going?
To Neverland.
Where? I hate Peter Pan.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm probably going to get hit for that because there was a lot of music, but it was so good. I want to just, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. So hello, everybody in the chat. Little Chad, Chrysanth, Just Another Red Shirt, Boosh, Raj, how y'all doing? It's so good to see you. Mystic, Legioness, great to see every single one of you. Cal G, what's going on? So, I'm sure you can guess what tonight's Nostalgic Nirvana is over. One of the best movies I've ever seen, and certainly a very well handled inspiration and adaptation of what would happen if Peter Pan left Neverland and grew up. But before we dive into that, I have a guest with me tonight, and it was actually on his suggestion that we do this particular film. So, Subhuman, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm sitting here in Smee, Missouri, and yeah, I really hate Peter Pan too. No, I did make the suggestion because I pretty much gave you two suggestions.
Yes.
Because I gave you Hook or A League of Their Own. And I was like, it don't matter which one.
Yep.
They're both great.
They are both fantastic.
Uh-huh. And
absolutely.
And Robin Williams is still my favorite actor, no matter what.
He brought joy. Like, he has to be most people's favorite actor. It's just so good.
He's pretty much a character of his own. He's his own character. He
is a once in a generation, if not a once in a century talent.
Oh yeah. And the way he played Peter Pan in this, it definitely kind of show you how he can go from being a comedian to being into this type of movie, which is kind of serious, but still has that wholesomeness to it. Because
absolutely,
yeah, because this is like I said, because like I said, this is basically a what if. What if he grew up?
Yeah, and this is, it even puts that like in the trailer. It put it before we hated the idea of exploring stories into the future, and stuff like that. This was this was such an interesting take because Peter Pan was, of course, the eternal child.
Mm-hmm.
And so to have that sort of respect shown to the story, it did wonders. And of course, Steven Spielberg being involved in this, and Dustin Hoffman as Hook was just
oh my god,
perfect.
he played that part so well. I thought for a second, because watching the cartoon version, and then seeing Dustin Hoffman, it's pretty much almost the animated Captain Hook brought to life by Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
Because now we've seen, Jason Isaacs' version of Hook when they did Peter Pan, a newer version of it. I saw it. It was okay. And then they did Wendy. I didn't even watch.
I didn't watch Wendy. I know that. Sorry. Go ahead.
But they did, of course, the old play that they had. Can't remember her name. It played the Peter Pan, but Then they had a pretty much a prequel to it, which was a sci-fi original movie called Neverland, which kind of gives us the origin stories of how Peter Pan and Captain Hook met.
Yeah.
And how their relationship's written, how they learned to hate each other. Well, we all know why Captain Hook hates Peter Pan.
Yeah.
He tried to cut his hand off, fed to a crocodile.
Yep.
But I did watch the Neverland thing. It was okay for what it was.
I honestly, this is one of the few Peter Pan adaptations that I didn't dislike. It like Hook is one of my favorite films.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so hard because like you're going through, like you just went through those different examples, and I have to be honest, you know, like most of them they were at best okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were just okay. They weren't anything like mind-blowing. And you know, this is TriStar, this isn't Disney, so we get a much different story. It's much more
mature.
Mature and a bit more gritty. And you know, you get I really do love this movie, and it's proof that when there was more competition, we had better product, we had better film, it wasn't just, they didn't just crap out content and product. It was literally like, okay, this has to compete with all these other studios, hopefully like it'll catch attention. We've got Robin Williams, and we've got Dustin Hoffman, and we have a great other cast lined up. Hopefully this will catapult into something. And so this film is really, it's like Peter Pan for Peter Pan for adults, because when this movie was made, Peter Pan came out two decades before this. I think it came out in the 70s, if I remember correctly.
The
animated.
Hang on, let me. Somebody probably in the chat will probably see it before I will, but let me see here.
I can't remember.
No, 1953.
53. Okay, so so we're talking, you've got two generations of people who watched the animated Peter Pan, and
I owned it on VHS.
Yeah, yep, me too. So now you have something that you get the rivalry back. You get to see Hook take on a grown-up Peter. And I didn't care for the live adaptation of Peter Pan that Disney made. Huh?
Yeah, the one 2003 one, the one with Jason Isaac, I think. Yeah. I mean, I know what they were trying to go for, making it a little bit more darker than usually, but I mean, if you really want to go dark, you should follow it. You should follow the book, because the novel is dark.
Yeah, I had no idea that Peter Pan was actually kidnapping children.
Yeah, I think he ate them too, according to the book.
I thought he fed them to the tree, but it's been too long since I've actually read the story.
Yeah.
I could be confusing it with somebody else. But yeah, it's kind of just like the Grimm's fairy. Like Hans Christian Andersen is much more the fairy tale story that we know today, as opposed to the Grimm brothers fairy tales, which are like Cinderella. The stepsisters chop their toes and their heels off to try and fit into the glass slipper. They get their eyes pecked out by birds. Snow White, she actually dies.
Yeah,
she actually dies. And it's the fact that he's able to break the curse was actually a surprise to everyone. Because Disney was like, oh, the sleeping death. No, it's just death. And so there's a whole lot of stuff. The fairy tales, Little Red Riding Hood especially, has gotten way watered down.
Oh yeah, I think the Little Mermaid's like that also.
Yes, because the sea witch cuts out her tongue, and she dies at the end. The Ariel dies at the end.
Yeah, then you also have Alice in Wonderland, and then of course Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah, Alice in Wonderland is less of a terrifying ending and more of a what I imagine waking up from a nightmare kind of scenario would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you watch the original animated one that came out back in the 50s or 40s or whatever, you can tell that was dark for its time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And this was targeted to kids. This was back then when Disney actually had balls and made a lot of darkness in their movies.
That, yes, absolutely. Okay, Brian McCain. Okay, so we were both we had half of it. We
Okay,
both
yeah,
had
we
half
had.
of it. Yeah, so he'd drain the Lost Boys and then feed the bodies to the tree. Okay.
Pretty much, he was like a vampire, sucking the blood out or sucking all the liquids out of them.
Basically. What's going on, Outcast? Lord Thoth, hello, hello, hello. It is great to see all of you. Faye, hello, darling. All right. So I do have a couple of donations on the Streamlabs side, so I'm going to get to those really quick before we get started. So Raj Williams for $5 Canadian. Thank you so much, Raj. Mwah. Says, excellent choice, Lady G. Thank you. You can thank Subhuman for it. I appreciate it. A cast of thousands in this one, including the late greats Robin Williams and Bob Hoskins. Looking forward to this discussion. Absolutely.
I love Bob Hoskins' version of Smee in this.
Yes, it's so good. He really adds that like element of like wit, like hilarity, but it's witty. It's not slapstick. It's not stupid. It's not, he's actually kind of human in this.
Get Smee. Where's Smee? Wait a minute. Where's Smee? Smee's me. Who's going to save me?
Yep. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's also kind of weird because he actually played two different characters.
Mm-hmm.
He played I guess a janitor at the end of the movie.
Yeah, he was the one like sweeping or mopping or whatever it was. So
yeah, he looked like I think it's what he called like what do you call him, like because I used to do it myself, city work.
Yeah,
he worked for the city basically.
Yep. And oh man, the fact that I didn't actually realize that until I got older, that I realized that he was the janitor at the end.
Yeah, I know. It took me a little bit too to realize that.
Yeah, I had to. I think I was. Go ahead.
No, I was because I remember when I didn't see it in theaters, but I did have it on VHS and all that stuff. Because actually, not just VHS, but a recorded VHS. We actually recorded it off of HBO.
Nice.
And then as I got older and all that stuff, and I started realizing, wait a minute, Smee? How did Smee get out of Neverland?
Yeah, it's trippy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I was like 9 or 10 before I realized it. I think I saw this movie when I was like 6 for the first time, and I just absolutely loved it. This and Jumanji and Pagemaster were some of my all-time favorites.
I like Pagemaster, and I did like Jumanji. I did like Jumanji.
Absolutely. Cal G for $2. He had 2 donations, each for $2, so a total of 4. Thank you, Cal G. Says, first, so one of 2 says, let no one say that Robin Williams wasn't a goat when it came to improvising. Gandhi ate some hilarious lines. Mr. Chan, if you're watching this, please take that scene where Peter is trash talking the kid. Oh, Perry, if you're watching this, please take that scene.
Talk about Peter, right there before the food fight.
Yeah, Peter is trash talking the kid and have Nick Rekieta's head on Peter's body and use that for the intro whenever Nick is back on FNT.
My God,
that would be great.
That would be great.
When it comes to the flying scene in this film, I think Robin took a few pointers from his friend Chris Reeve. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. He absolutely did.
Yeah, I can tell you
right. There's a definite Superman vibe.
Because there's definitely no CGI in this movie.
No. Nope.
I mean, it may look like it. I mean, if you look at.
So, like, people get confused when we say there's no CGI. We don't mean that there's no computer.
No, this is kind of like different
graphics. Yeah, but what we're talking about, like these are 99% practical effects, and the stuff that's not practical is like them erasing the wires. Like
look at Tinkerbell. Yeah, look at Tinkerbell when she lights up every now and then.
Yeah,
you see the lights around her. You can barely see her, but she's there.
Yeah, so there's a little bit there, but it's not CGI. It's traditional special effects.
Which is what Disney's lacking today.
My God, the fact that a 1991 TriStar production is blowing modern Disney out of the water is utterly insane to me.
I miss TriStar Pictures. They were great.
God, I do too. I remember when it was TriStar. Like, I remember when TriStar and Columbia were separate.
Yep.
And then it became Columbia TriStar.
Yeah.
And then it became Columbia Star. And then it became Columbia. And now Columbia just rolls in with Universal. Like, it just, like, the bigger things just sort of got, like, sucked up and eaten. Or they sucked up and ate all the smaller, like, production studios. And honestly, I think if TriStar and Columbia and like all of them had just remained independent studios, we would be in such a different situation than we are today.
Yeah.
Is it Sony, Lil Chad? I thought Columbia got bought up by Universal. I'll take your word for it. Okay, sorry, Sony.
Yeah,
so now you've got
that could be Sony.
Yeah, so now Columbia TriStar is over with Sony. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it was just if we could just go back to before everything was owned by like two big corporations, I'd be happy. So Brian, they weren't actually, if I remember right, TriStar had a partnership with Disney.
Yeah.
But they weren't actually owned by Disney. And then when Disney severed the contract for partnership, that's when TriStar partnered up with Columbia, because TriStar didn't have the actual studios to work in. They'd only had like one or two studios, if I am remembering the details correctly. So it wasn't that Disney actually owned TriStar.
They just had license to for some of the stuff that they were making.
Yep. It was owned by Pepsi in the 80s, and that caused Ghostbusters to get canceled. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Columbia, not TriStar. I do remember that. Hey, you know what? I like Pepsi. If I have to choose between Pepsi and Coke, I'm choosing Pepsi. I don't care.
If I can't find a Coke anywhere, I'll get a Pepsi every now and then.
I don't like Coke.
But I don't drink a whole lot of soda.
I don't either. But Coke tastes, it's like syrupy. And everybody's like, oh, that's just the new one. Like, that's the new Coke. And I'm like, nah, it's always tasted like syrupy to me. I mean, but Pepsi is super sweet too. So I'm not saying that one is like less sweet than the other. I'm just saying that Coke has a little bit thicker consistency, if that makes sense.
And you also don't know what else is in Coca-Cola too.
What, Coke?
Yep.
they don't put that in there anymore.
No, they used to, but
when I was and then someone tried to tell me that was a tall tale, and I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's actually real. It actually happened.
I was like, my grandfather has one of the old flyers.
Oh wow!
For Coke, he's got one of the old flyers from like way back, and it says it's got what? Oh gosh, like the pinch that will get you like it's the pinch you need when you're in a pinch at work or something like that, and they're talking about the pinch of Coke, like the pinch of cocaine.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's literally had cocaine in it. Yes.
And then around the 80s, I think it's when they changed it, and then after that, they changed it right back to classic.
Yeah. They basically took the cocaine out of it, and then they added the syrup or whatever, and then everybody hated it, and then they're like, oh, classic Coke is back. And I'm like, I guarantee you that's not classic Coke, because there's no cocaine in that drink.
Nope.
But it's just bruh. I don't know. But yeah, it's good stuff. So Raj, thank you for the super chat thank you for the donations. Kalji, thank you for the donations. And Ding Dong Dan has made a return. I've not seen you in a while. How's it going, Ding Dong Dan? Wow. Says, sing us a song, Lady G, for $2. You've been gone for so long and nobody else asks me to sing. I legitimately have nothing to sing.
Well, I would say the Sailor Moon theme song, but we're not doing Sailor Moon right now.
Yeah, since it's. I mean, I could do the pirate song again since it's Hook, but let's see. Where's one of the ship? And can I just say the set of this show like this of this film is just fantastic. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a practical set. It's so
Mhm.
well constructed. It's well thought out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Go back up a little bit. Look at how he's dressed.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look almost identical? I mean, the only difference is that they put a little bit more stuff on him than what it did in the movie,
Yeah.
in the original animated. But look at him. He just
That's Hook.
yeah,
Absolutely.
that's Hook. Mm-hmm.
With the coolie mustache.
Yep.
Okay, Ding Dong Dan, let's see. I hope you're good with the Pirates song. I've got
Yes, Outcast. It did have a skateboard set in it.
What now?
The skateboard ramp.
There is yes, that's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I forgot that was in there. That's right. And he
yes,
crushes it.
And Faye, and I agree with Faye. The choreography was great. It was better than Star Wars, the sequel trilogy.
For sure. All right. Let's see if I can do this. God dang it! All right.
It's on Hulu, Brian.
It's on Hulu.
It is on Hulu. I was watching it today.
Yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. Yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. Okay, sorry. That was all I had. That's all I had. I'm sorry, guys. I hope that Ding Dong Dan. I hope that was worth your $2. All right.
Did you see what Outcast just said?
No. Aww. Now we have to do a Grease duet.
No. I mean, I know John Travolta doesn't sing in that movie, but I can't sing with the shit either.
What's really hilarious is that the he sings the high note in that. Sorry, puppies are acting up. 1 second.
Puppies. Make sure you unmute yourself there, Lady G.
Hello?
Now, there you go. I saw you hit the little thing up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, my bad. Yes, apparently I'm tempting fate. I hope Book Peter doesn't come for me. That'd be utterly terrible. But I'm a girl, so I should be okay. Like, that's why Wendy was okay. Honestly, like, guys, Book Peter is a little bit creeper.
Yeah, he's a bit creepy.
Like, the reason that Wendy... So, like, if I'm remembering correctly, and I'm sure Brian will refresh me if I am incorrect in this, Book Peter basically lets Wendy live because she chases them because she doesn't want her brothers to get kidnapped, and then she agrees to stay and, like, help raise the kids.
Yeah.
And the whole time she's trying to figure out how to, like, break them all out. Yeah, Book, I'm glad. I'm actually kind of happy with some of the changes that happened with Peter Pan because it's odd. For sure.
He does want me to go back and read the book again because it was a good book.
It was a good book, but it's also like yikeroonies. Hello, Ryan Reaper. How art thou? But yeah, so we've got, okay, so probably one of the most iconic scenes in this movie is, of course, the food fight.
Oh yes.
And yeah, Rufio, like it's so good. And also I really did actually enjoy, even so this movie came out in 91, so
Yep.
we still have heavy influences from the 80s going on, right? And so you've got like this punk skater look going on with like the insane
Oh yeah, the hairdo.
red, yeah, the hairdos. Like this thing, it's so funny to me because this movie is more 80s than some of the 80s movies that got made, which is hilarious. Because
if I'm not mistaken, I think it was being made during like the 89 and 90 era when they were making it before it was released in 91.
Mhm.
So that's probably why you see a lot of still it's got the 80s look a little bit.
Oh my god, it just permeates this whole thing. It's so good. I mean, from the costumes to, I mean, even his like his cummerbund and like his all right, listen here, computer. But like it's so it really just kind of, it defines the times. And then, oh man, this is what I should have sang song on.
Yes,
Look at that.
I love that scenery.
It's so, and the great thing about this is there is minimal to no special effects here. Minimal. So what they did was, so obviously you've got the 3 moons. So there's one, but this is a real beach. This is a real shore. This is a real scraggly island that had a real tree on it.
Yes, it did.
And so what they did was basically what you see back here is a different part of the same island, and they just sort of like they pulled it forward so that it would fit within the scene. That is the actual, like, that's an actual ship. If you look closely, it's not actually the Jolly Roger that they use in the show, but you have to look really closely to be able to tell that. But they purposefully light it up so it looks like it's got a skull in the back, so that you're not really focusing on the fact that this has the wrong number of masts and sails and everything like that. But essentially, like, this is a real ship. This is a real town. They sliced the beach and brought this forward, but really that's a special effect, and the moons are a special effect. And that's it.
Yeah,
so
it's like I said, the geniuses of the production back in the day. They knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, you literally, I mean, the 3 moons, obviously, because you need to, because if you take away 2 of these moons and it's just a normal moon, it could be any beach anywhere. So you have to, but it's the subtlety of the fact, like, they didn't have to go crazy. They didn't need like sprawling jungles or insane amounts of CGI. They just put 2 extra moons in the background, so you knew you were not in Kansas anymore. You weren't on Earth anymore. You were someplace else. Right?
You were actually in a fantasy world.
Yeah. So like that, but that's all it took. That's all it took. Just that little itty bitty twist, or like that little extra. That's all it took. Because I mean, honestly, this looks like it's gonna snap and fall off into the ocean at any point in time.
Yep.
Right? Like you don't need. You had a crew go up and they put in, if I remember correctly, it's basically just like those paper lanterns.
Yep.
They put paper lanterns up in the tree, and like, look at the results. This is light years better than all the freaking lens flares that we get nowadays. I'm so sick of lens flares.
I know. When I heard you doing your live stream this earlier today with Steve, you talk about the fucking lens flares. I'm tired of those freaking things.
Yeah,
they're annoying.
I'm so done with lens flares, like beyond done with them. I'm ready for them to go the way of the dodo, for sure. I've been ready.
Okay, now Brian said something in the chat that kind of got me thinking. Where's Tiger Lily? We did not see any of the Indian tribes in the movie.
No,
we would love to see what Tiger Lily would look like, or her father and all the others. They look like it just kind of seems like they just left them out because they it was really focused on them, but it would be kind of nice to see, Peter interact, with that old tribe. Because if I'm not mistaken, in the cartoon, I think Tiger Lily was in love with him.
Yes. Well, they were because Peter saved Tiger Lily. Her father wanted Peter to marry her.
Yeah.
Sorry, once. Let's see. I'm reading the chat now. Sorry, guys.
Trust me, I'm reading the chat too.
Did you know Charlie Corsmo Jack, after he filmed Can't Hardly Wait, went into politics and ran for a local Republican candidate seat? He is a law professor now. That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, and his little sister, I can't remember her real name, but she no longer acts either. I think but I can't remember what she's doing.
Yeah, I don't blame him for getting out of Hollywood. It sounds like a absolute.
Well, I think you got to remember too. Most of these, especially with Charlie Corsmo, they usually do these films to kind of like put a little money in there for college. That's what a lot of them do. They usually go to film just to go to college. And he was a good actor too.
Cutie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it's great to hear that some of these child actors go on to live semi-normal lives. That's really heartening. I remember when he dressed him up like a mini him. So I think that this is actually brilliant for many reasons, not the least of which being the fact that this type of ploy, like Hook wouldn't say no to Jack if Jack decided to join him and be a pirate with him and stuff like that, right? But this is because Hook is attempting to psychologically wound Peter because, it's like father, like son.
Yeah, basically hit him where it hurts the most, his kids.
Absolutely.
Kids as a tool to get to Peter. Again, he would, kind of, fall from grace, and then, he would end up losing everything.
Yep. And this would be, how devastating would it be to see your arch enemy have your son starting to reflect your arch enemy? That's just crazy.
Yeah, because if you remember when they were doing that, that little scene where they were basically that little class that they were taking is like, why do parents hate their children?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of right now.
Yeah. Basically, this must be so.
But it's
figured it out.
It's basically the teachers are teaching their kids to hate their parents.
Yeah, the SJW teachers got their blueprint from Hook, and then bastardized it.
Because because if you look at the scene, he's pretty much almost groomed, but he's not completely there because when he sees his father for the first time as Peter Pan, he starts to realize that his father is cooler than Captain Hook.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to be Codfish Jr.
Okay. You know what's really sad?
I love that scene.
This scene is amazing, and also, hold on. Vamp for me for a second, sub. I'm gonna look for something really quick. Okay. Hang on. Go ahead. Just tell me what you love about the scene.
It just looks real. I mean, I'm looking at how it looks, because you can actually look at the compass down there. You can tell it looks like you're just in a fantasy world or like in a book. And you see the boat. You can pretty much see a lot of different kind of climates on the island, because you can see grassy areas. You see the mountain ranges. You don't see no snow up there, but you can see a lot of things up there. But then you also got the clouds, and then, you got that blue ocean that just looks clear. And then I see a rainbow, which if I see a rainbow, I was thinking of Pride Month, but no, I see a rainbow.
That is fair. Okay, so we have. Gosh, I don't even know what the budget of Hook was. I'll look it up in a second.
No, I can look at it for you.
But I know that it is not anything compared to this show. Guys.
Yeah, okay. What is it with waterfalls?
I know. I talked about that today. There's 9 waterfalls in the trailer. I don't know what the euphemism is, but Amazon's clearly trying to tell us something. But like,
you know what TLC used to say? Don't go chasing
waterfalls. Yeah. Like, okay, guys, why are these two? This is from 1991. Okay. Why?
I don't see a single waterfall in that picture.
Why do they look comparable? Like this should be leaps and bounds above it, but it's not. Like it's not, and that's not even me being biased. That's me, like, he legitimately, Elrond does not, like, that is clearly a green screen, which is frustrating because, like, this is also
that's a green screen also. But
this is a painting. Yeah, this is a painting and a green screen.
Yeah, that's what it is, exactly.
And yet somehow, some way, like, it's more believable. I don't understand. Like, why? Burn it down. You can't. There's too many waterfalls, Mystic Girl.
Okay,
that's what all the waterfalls are for. It's so you can't burn it down.
Cal G, 7 million. Okay, but the box office was 300 million in the box office.
Nice. Okay, so yes, exactly, little Chad. This is clearly a painted background.
Yeah,
and then they had to do some green screen magic with it. But this is clearly painted. It's very like this looks so good.
Yeah, because I could tell. Yeah, because if you look, you can tell the island and the boat and the water and all that looks real. But if you look at the clouds, it's definitely green screen with the clouds because the clouds look real. And then you see Peter just sitting there flying like he's just having a good time, which is making me jealous.
Right?
Because I want a happy thought to make me fly.
Oh man. Yes, little Chad. I think yes, there was a lot of copy and pasting in Amazon's trailer for sure. But yeah, Mystic Girl, I'm terribly sorry to tell you that we can't burn it down. There's too many waterfalls.
Yep.
There's just too many. They've fireproofed themselves with waterfalls. But there's just like remember when actors emoted with their face? Like, look, it's not just Peter that's showing emotion. You've got the pirates all having reactions and emotions, and it's almost like it's a whole scene. And and then like they're all doing this in unison to try and sell the part. It's almost like there's care that is taking place here.
Yeah.
Oh,
because you got to know too. Pirates are ruthless. Pirates were ruthless back then.
Yeah. They're ruthless today. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Okay, and then of course we get and in this movie we get a little origin.
This is the part I was actually going to talk to you about because if you look at Tink, she is actually CGI in there through the baby. Because because when you see her in front of the child, now I don't know if she's CGI'd or if it's just behind the green screen for her. Because you can tell just by looking at it and what she's flying around. We don't know if she's on the green screen or if the baby's green screened. But to me, it just still looks almost real.
Yeah. Either way, it looks fantastic.
Julia Roberts was great as Tinkerbell. She had that snarkiness.
Yeah. Yeah. Julia Roberts did a really good job, I think. And because another technique that they may have used is they may have filmed her doing kind of like what they did with Lord of the Rings, where they had Tink film her scene, and then they had the baby scene, and then they like superimposed one over the other. Yeah. So that's also a possibility because you're right. This looks really good, like really, really good, like stupid good. And I can forgive the lens flare there because it's a fairy.
Well, you got to know too. The lens flare is actually supposed to be how Tink is. That's a good. I consider that a really good way to use lens flare.
Proper use of a lens flare.
Yes, proper use.
And so especially
we got to know too. In the cartoon, Tink did light up.
Yeah.
And when she wasn't light up, she just looked like a regular human girl. And of course, there's Maggie. She is actually a really good character.
Yes.
Yeah, she was a great. Because she was the only one that did not get broken by Hook and his.
Yeah, she through all of this, like she's a daddy's girl through and through. Like if this show did anything, it's proof that there is nothing when you have a father-daughter relationship, ain't nothing gonna break that. Like when you have a
No.
good, solid father-daughter relationship, it goes nowhere. There's not going to be like a surrogate dad coming in like Hook tried to be, because first Hook tried to be a father figure and then a teacher, and then he tried to be a bully, and Maggie was having none of it.
Yeah,
And he was like,
the
he
thing is
tried
though
to,
about the thing is though about Maggie is she actually believes in her father no matter what. She
Yep.
actually knew that she was going to be saved. That's why she sat there and waited. And when
Yep.
the look on her face when she saw her dad as Peter Pan, it's like, Daddy?
yeah, I
That's my
love it.
dad?
That scene just makes my day every time. And
Mhm.
then,
Like I said, wholesomeness done right.
and yes, exactly. And I think, because even when Hook bribed her with treats and jewelry, like, what? I am a girl. I'm telling you right now, I'm not even a super girly girl. I love shiny things. I love, like, I have no idea what it is about jewelry and, like, also, this is going to sound so stupid. I love making crystal. Like, I love taking crystal and, like, spinning it in the sunlight and making, like, the light twirl and dance and refracting the light. Whether it comes out as a prism with rainbows or not, I just absolutely love playing with crystals in the sunlight to refract light.
Knowing you probably say prison power makeup.
Yeah, pretty much. Absolutely. 1010%. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? Yes, Mystic Girl. The expression when she's like, Daddy, and then, Daddy. Yeah, I love it.
Exactly.
So much. All the pirates are ex-Lost Boys that rebelled against Peter Pan and escaped his feeding off of them. Yes. It's very interesting because in the book, the pirates are actually not good guys because they're kind of hell-bent on revenge.
Yeah.
But they're not evil either.
No.
Look. Hey, you know what? I'll take it. But yeah, I love it. But yeah, Hook tries to be a teacher, then he tries to be a surrogate father, then he's a bully, and then he's bribing, and then he's like, look at Jack. Look at how happy Jack is. You could be just like Jack. Like, tries to even pull the sibling rivalry, and Maggie's like, yeah, no. And there wasn't any false bravado. There wasn't any I am girl power, girls run the world. I am, like, no, it was literally the love for her father.
Yeah.
The love for her father. That whole aspect I just absolutely adore. Also, this is really effing terrifying. Like, it's just been sitting there. I'm just like, damn, someone could like straight up get impaled on that thing.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at that thing too. Like, well, yeah, I mean, well, we all know it's fake, but if it was in that world, then yeah, it probably would be real. But if you look, it just looks like it's just doesn't look deadly. It just looks fake.
Kind of looks like maybe he threw one of his own pirates into like molten iron and then just stood him up. Yeah, stood him up as he was as carbonite. This scene, oh my god.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so good. By the way, I've been meaning. Does anybody know is Brendan Fraser in this movie? Because I heard that he was.
I know Glenn Close is in this movie,
but I can't. Yes, I knew she was, but I have never.
I know because I know what you're looking. Because I know what you're looking at. You're actually thinking of Get Back in the Back looks like Brendan Fraser. I don't think so.
I don't know, but anyway, yeah, it's good stuff, and I love Maggie Smith as Wendy. Like, I think that's so heartening. She's such a good actress. But yeah, like, look at the detail. Look at this detail, guys.
I know. It's real.
It's so this isn't like they got if this had been an Amazon production, they would have gotten a doily off of a table that was like old and nasty but no, this is like
from Walmart.
Yeah.
No, Dollar General.
Dollar General. But like, look at this. You've got the filigree on the Hook base. You've got, the setting where it goes like it's silver, and then of course it can change to gold at certain times. You've got the ridging effort. You can actually see the reflection of the children in the Hook. Like, you've got the embroidery, you've got the handkerchiefs, you've got the belt. Like, this is so incredibly deep. Like, this is a close-up, and of course, because it's Hook, this is the name of the show is Hook, And this is the character. Of course, you're going to put extra care and love into the, like, technically his hand is the title character.
Yeah.
Technically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just utterly phenomenal. Exactly, Mystic Girl. This is how you stay true to the lore.
Yeah, because I actually remember when I was a kid, I actually dressed up as a codfish. I dressed up as that version, the Dustin Hoffman version of Hook. When they had, because I remember, I think because right after the movie came out, they had the Halloween costume for it. It was as detailed as this, but it was close enough.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Hook wasn't real, but it was still a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like you did. Oh man, this scene when his wig. Like the fact that he's, and of course they messed with his teeth. Like this is a fake set of teeth because this is supposed to be one of the moments in this show that is very heavy and very dark when, like he gets silly.
Would you please bring me back my dignity? Will you?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't realize that was Gwyneth Paltrow. That
but she went that little scene when Peter was going through his memories.
Yeah,
she played the first and then back again and then back again. She played pretty much all the way. She played Wendy all the way till the point where Maggie Smith comes in.
Okay. Oh, this scene right here. Because remember, a big part of it was his dad couldn't play baseball with him, couldn't go to his games, and but then you have Hook who, like, that's the other thing. The way that Hook got to Jack was because Jack was begging for his father to be an example for him and to like show up for him and to like support him, right?
Yep.
So Hook was able to take that and manipulate Jack into sympathy, and this is when he really started to pull Jack to their side. Like this is really when Jack started to kind of come over because he's like, your father never did this with you. Your father never did this for you. I will never do that to you. I will never be a disappointment. Right?
Yeah. Did you see when the look on Smee's face when he went through that last pitch? He knew something.
Oh.
Yeah. Because if you look before the way he was pitching, and then it looked like he turned into an actual baseball pitcher after that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because Jack is a baseball player, so I'm pretty sure he kind of showed him the ropes, but didn't realize that now it's time to really get serious. And when he hit that ball, it just went gone.
Yep.
And then Peter, he saw that and he was like, wow. And then, Hook comes up and says, my Jack. And then
my boy.
That right there pretty much.
That's when Peter was like,
nope. It pretty much gave Peter it inspired him to do what he has to do to save his kids.
Yeah, to be a father, to step up, to be a man. He had to go back and figure out who he was. Like he was Peter Pan. He had this rebellious spirit. He used to care about others. He used to fight the power, as it were. And now, of course, as an adult, he's become the power because he's this huge, big time broker for this company.
I thought he was a lawyer.
Is it a lawyer? I thought he was.
Yeah, he was a lawyer because remember Rufio says, "Kill the lawyer."
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not that kind of lawyer.
Yeah, not that kind of lawyer. But it's just it's so crazy. Thank you so much for the $1, Brian McCain. I appreciate it. Yes, Mystic Girl, that moment when the pirates are chanting "Go home" instead of "Home run." Yeah. And he's like, "Go home, Jack. Go home." Yeah.
That kind of threw it. Oh, and I also like the part during the baseball game. He's stealing second.
Yeah. God, this movie was so good. There's so many little nuances and the messaging, and also again, look at the set. Like this doesn't look
$7 million budget, and look what they created out of that.
I know, like these are actual shit. Like this is an actual set. This is actual ships. This is practical. It's thought out. It's set up. You've got the crocodile clock. You've got the croc clock as they called it. you've got where the ship can dock, and then of course you've got these beached ships of which you would assume the Jolly Roger had overtaken. And I think Brian brought this up. In the book, there's 3 ships. So
Yep.
like here's your 3. So like it's even pulling from the book lore. You've got 3 ships for Hook. So it's incredible to see the amount of care and detail and love that went into this, and what Steven Spielberg used to be able to pull off. Now, if his name is attached to something, it's probably in a producer capacity, and he's very seldom on set. It's either through his production company or he's there as like an executive producer or something like that. So it's just it's sad, because it used to be when you saw Steven Spielberg's name, you knew what you were going to get, that it was something fantastic. But nowadays, nowadays you can't bank on that. Ryan Reaper, we are nowhere close to Ryan Kinnell tabs at all.
Oh no,
he's got like 600.
Yeah, well, you gotta know too. He's got his channel. He's got Sports Wars.
Marty, we have.
She was. Nobody knew that she was. That she was in there. Like Glenn Close, like, wait a minute, who's she play?
Yeah,
I was looking at the mermaids. I was looking at all the girls over there, and it's like, then I looked at, and I was like, okay, she was the one that went to the boombox.
Yep.
They literally. You look at her. If you can find a picture of that, she does not look like herself with that beard.
Yeah, like it. They did such a good job just hiding her in plain sight. Hang on, let me see. Here it is. Look at that. Like, because of, like, you can, like, those are definitely Glenn Close's eyes. Like, now that you know.
Yeah, if you look at the eyes, it definitely looks like
it's undeniable.
A makeup artists were geniuses back then.
Look at that. Like, I mean,
because I can tell you right now, I mean, don't get me wrong, I got blue eyes myself, and they are pretty from what everybody says, but they don't look that pretty.
They're not Glenn Close blue eyes. Yeah,
no.
Like you can absolutely, I wish there was a way I could like hide. Hang on, let me see. We're gonna get creative and kind of, all right. So when we do this, and then we're gonna do this. That is 1000% Glenn Close's eyes. Like,
absolutely.
Like, you can totally tell that's her 100,000 million billion % when you just look at her eyes. But the makeup surrounding, when you're not paying attention and you're like all of this, no wonder nobody recognized her.
And also to the fact is that, I don't know her breast size, but you could tell it's covered up really, really thoroughly.
Yeah,
with the hair, because it's got a hairy chest.
Yeah, they've strapped her down and hairy chested her up. Like, they did a fantastic. The costume and makeup department were phenomenal for this film. Like,
diversity,
right? Like, I genuinely believe that these are a bunch of lost boys who are just looking for like freedom and belonging and and they're just friends and they're just, it makes sense that they use paintballs and food and imagination to survive. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense.
That's the thing about being a kid. You use your imagination 24/7, but as you get older, your imagination kind of, fades away, which is the thing about Peter Pan. He lost his way of imagination when he grew up. That's why if you look at him older, he never really believed that he was Peter Pan. He never believed in Neverland until he finally got his memories back to realize that, okay, I am Peter Pan, but he's also a father. That was his happy thought that he was looking for. Yep. And then he almost loses it and falls.
Yeah, and very far, might I add.
Yeah,
I know. Here's that lesson.
Yeah, I love how Hook has different parts for his hand that he lost. He's got the knife and he's got the hook. Yeah.
No, yeah, this is This was brilliant, and Dustin Hoffman, like, they're just, the talent in this cast is unbelievable. Oh, here we go. Do you notice anything odd about Hook's costume? No, I don't, because this looks fantastic.
No.
But yeah, like, this is great. I love it. But we are ever so quickly approaching 1 hour. And we still have quite a bit of work to do. Oh, there it is, the mermaid scene. Okay,
Yeah,
can I just say, like, again, remember, this is 1991. I have seen mermaid films with like twice the budget of Hook, and the mermaids didn't look this good.
No, I know. Well, they do have unifins out there, so I'm thinking they probably put a unifin on it and then put a freaking, like a little, like a tight fitting whatever, and then just painted it on to make it look real.
Yeah, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's not no any kind of special effects whatsoever on it.
Yeah, the only thing that makes me giggle is you can clearly tell that they put the life jacket on, because he is actually, his hands are actually tied, so they had to put a life jacket on him so that he would, because she's in the tail, she can't pull him up, because it's almost impossible to swim in a mermaid tail, FYI. It's very hard for you to propel yourself, let alone another human being. So they had to put a jacket on him, and then, of course, she kisses him to give him air or whatever. But like, if anything were to go wrong, there's a cord she can pull, and it'll inflate and shoot him to the top.
Yeah, I know. It's also kind of crazy because he gets a kiss from all three of them. He's like, wow. The look on his face. Yeah, but what really crazy thing is though, is like the first mermaid kisses him, and the next thing you know, his hands are untied.
Yeah.
It's like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
Like, what happened? She kissed him. Next thing you know, the rope comes undone. Because once you see him in the shell and he lifts up, he's already freed from the ropes. It's like, okay,
from his binds, and you're like, what just happened?
Which is also the kind of thing is though, when did Toodles leave Neverland? Because we all know he lost his marbles and left his marbles in Neverland. Because I'm thinking he had to at least left around the same time Wendy's left the first time, or in between those times.
I don't know.
Because he looks like he looks older than Wendy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea.
So yeah, there are some Easter eggs in here trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah, try and figure out what's going on. But yeah, I absolutely. Oh, and then of course, what little girl didn't love when Tinkerbell got to get full grown and in her beautiful dress and kiss Peter? Like,
that's the thing though, because we all know that she did have a thing for Peter also, but she knew that he was in love with Laura, and he also had his two kids. He didn't want to let them go.
She tried though, it didn't work.
No.
Like, she gave one effort and then she just kind of let it go. And then, of course, all the callback scenes in this movie, you know, that's him playing baseball and he's disappointed his father isn't there. And then again, here we go. This is a painted scene. And you can totally tell that it's painted, but it's still, the detail and everything looks so fantastic.
But also to the fact is, if you actually look, the water is actually moving also. So like, yeah, it's painted, but it's also got motion in it also.
Yep.
So they definitely, like I said, they know how to do the special effects well.
Yes, absolutely. Oh look, more lens flares, but they're mirrors, so we can forgive it.
Yeah.
I love this little scene. Oh, there's just so much cutesy in this. But I think so. To wrap up, what was your favorite scene, and what do you score this movie out of 10?
Oh, the food fight was definitely my favorite.
Okay.
But I also love the fight scene, the final fight between Hook and Peter.
Oh yeah.
But and it's also to the fact that it's because and then Rufio, and then when he died, his character was done right. I mean, I didn't like him at first, but then later on, I really respected him. But that moment he died, like, oh man, that sucks.
And you're kind of like don't believe it. when it happens, you're like, no.
Well, yeah,
No.
too, because he was taunted by Hook by saying
Yeah.
Rufio. So yeah, it was definitely what really got to him.
Definitely in character, yeah. This is from the live action recent.
Yeah, that's the
this is the
2003.
The 2003 one, which I did not care for at all. Wendy just kind of came off, rather than kind and considerate and worried about her brother, she just sort of came off as like a brat. But yeah, so there's the food fight scene, which will live in infamy, I'm sure, forever. But yeah, so what do you rate it out of 10?
Oh, solid 9.
A 9?
Uh-huh.
I like it. That's so cool.
And most of those kids still act too.
Yeah. Which is so cool. Like, look here's the hook. Oh, of course it's forbidden.
Of course.
Jerks.
Yep.
But there's the hook. Let me see if I can. It ran away because I tried to zoom in and cheat the system. There we go. So there's the actual hook. Like, look at that detail. Look at that care. It's just fantastic.
Too.
Yeah, I think my favorite scene is when, to be perfectly honest, I think it's gonna have to be when Jack goes back to Peter. Like, my favorite scene used to be the food fight scene, but now, like, when Jack realizes who his dad is and that he has cared about him and that he does love him and he's been trying to protect him and have him grow up to be strong, to like be strong and stand on his own 2 feet, and Jack, it all sort of falls into place for him and he realizes that and he goes back to his father. That's my favorite scene.
Yeah, because at that beginning scene before the fight, when he was telling Jack that he found his happy thought, and he looked up to it was you.
It was you.
And that's kind of what got Jack to realize what's going on. That was starting to open up his eyes again.
Yep, absolutely. I think I will have to give, out of 10, I will also have to give this film a 9. It's basically perfect. I mean, some of, like, even the special effects, most of them still hold up to this day. The story holds up. It's just fantastic. Brian's over here, 9.9.
I won't reconsider that a suicide.
Yeah.
Because basically, at the end, the crocodile finished him off.
Yeah.
He got the hand, and now he's got the rest of them. And I like at the end, we said, I want my mommy.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, I will have to give this, I'm going to have to give it a 9. Ryan Reaper's over here giving it a 10. So I'm so glad that you guys love this.
Well, at least he's not like Ryan Cannell want to give it an 8.
Right. But I'm so glad that you all love this movie. I love it. It's one of my absolute favorites. I mean, an incredible cast, a fantastic story, the care, the detail, all of it. It's just fantastic. If you guys haven't watched this in a while, please, give it a watch. You can get it for free, I think, on YouTube, but there's other.
Well, I can watch it for free on Hulu because I'm a paid subscriber. But
there you go, Hulu.
Probably find it on YouTube, but you just have to watch like 30 to 100 ads if it's on there.
I think you can pay like $1.99 so you don't have to see ads.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, or I'm sure it's other places, but if you can find a physical copy of this, there
are times with it. Sometimes they'll play it on TV.
Yeah, I strongly recommend trying to track down a physical copy.
Yeah. They have them.
Yes, Raj. Now you go back to reading more Pirates from Treasure Island. Yes, that is our book for book club this month for all of my members.
I love Treasure Island.
Yes, so the book.
Wait a minute, I'm a member.
Well, I don't know why you're not in the book club. Why didn't you come?
Because I don't know what it is, and also in fact I didn't even know I was a member until this morning. Somebody stuck me. Wait a minute, I think somebody stuck me a membership inside. So, like I said, when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, how am I a member? I didn't even do anything. I was like, wait a minute, somebody must have gifted me a membership. So
There you go.
and I don't know how,
Yeah.
and also to the fact that I don't know how long it's been on there, so I have to keep it on.
Well,
She said July 23rd for the membership. So am I going to
Yeah.
be back on the road, or am I going to be home?
yeah, so July 23rd, so next Saturday is going to be our next book club, and the book we're covering is Treasure Island. Last month we did A Tale of Two Cities. I love Swiss Family Robinson, Brian.
Oh, that's a great book.
Absolutely.
That's a great book.
Yes, it is. And but the yeah, so next Saturday at
If I take a look at Treasure Island, but I'll probably just do Muppet Treasure Island.
well, we read the book, so we're actually reading the book, not like doing the movie, since it is the book club. But
Yeah,
so we did A Tale of Two Cities, and then this month is Treasure Island, and it's so good. You do need to read Robinson
Yes,
Crusoe.
it's a very good book.
It's a great book. So
There's
guys,
a-
go out
there's a
there.
lot of
There's tons of great stories. There's tons of great movies. There's tons of great music. Go out, go find it, go enjoy. Hopefully these streams are helping you to rediscover fantastic IPs that maybe you've not seen in a while, or maybe have never seen. And
anything
something
from
that
Jules
you can
Verne is just fantastic.
Yes. So please go out there and find what you can, enjoy it, love it. If you become a member, you can get involved with the book clubs, and the book club streams when they're live is for just members, but then they are made public afterwards, so everybody can go ahead
Watch
and like see what we're doing. Yeah, what we talked about after. Don't worry, Chris Persia. Dresden's on the list.
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't have a whole lot of time to read, so I have Audible.
Yeah, audiobooks are great.
I know. Trust me, I pretty much just read the Legacy of the Force, Star Wars stuff.
Oh,
I also got a few other things. I also got a few other things on the to be listened to list. I got Mistborn, and I got The Wheel of Time, and I think a few Brandon Sanderson stuff. He's a good writer.
Oh yeah, he'll keep you. I mean, Brandon Sanderson will keep you busy for a hot minute.
Yeah, he got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, his stuff is great. Before we bounce, I just want to say thank you, everybody in the chat. I genuinely appreciate you, and like just being here means everything, quite frankly. Like, I mean, I would still do these even if nobody showed up, but the fact that you guys spend your time, your hard-earned time and your money here is truly humbling. I genuinely appreciate it with all my heart and soul. Now I don't know what happened to the link, but I do. If anybody, I don't know how many of you are all on Twitter. I know a lot of you have left Twitter for greener pastures. I don't blame you whatsoever. If it wasn't such a Subhuman would not be here tonight if it weren't for Twitter, because I don't have any other way of getting hold of Subhuman.
Yeah,
so
that's the only the only way you're gonna be able to get a hold of me is on Twitter or Discord.
Yeah, so it's very useful to attempt to get a hold of people for sure. And I think there's I don't want to say there's a stigma or anything like that against asking for help, but Lady Tariel, who is over on Twitter, she is currently she's not really in a good spot.
Yeah, I've noticed she hasn't been on Twitter or be doing any kind of live streams every now and then. I was hoping to ask Teresa about it, but I haven't gotten a hold of her. I was hoping how Lady Tariel was doing.
Yeah, she's still very much on the struggle bus for sure.
Yeah, I think she do a GoFundMe not too long ago.
Yeah, so that GoFundMe is still active, and it's actually I'm gonna drop the link in the chat really quick. So she's about $2,500 away from her goal. And this is it right here. She's a super sweet person. She's so helpful.
Hey,
She's extremely.
she got more. She made more money than Ryu's lightsaber,
She did.
but nowhere near what Ripper made.
Well, yeah.
Hey, I'm happy for Ripper. Okay,
I'm ecstatic.
I bought cover A and I got the cards.
Hey,
So I helped them with the million to make that million.
Yep, I think a lot of people did, and that's awesome, guys. The Rippaverse, it's rippaverse.com if you want to get it. I got covers A, B, and C because I was like, I want all three. And then they revealed cover C, and I'm like, I'm so happy that I got it. But I know that times are tough for everybody, and you guys are always so helpful, so generous, so kind, and considerate. If you can donate anything to help Lady Tariel, that would be fantastic, and we would appreciate you so much. Yeah. Even though we already do, it would be even just that much more as we could. So anything is really helpful. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot. She can't really work and she can't really go anywhere. Like she's basically bedridden, from my understanding. I know she can like get up and kind of move, but I don't believe she can do much more than that. So if you can, the link is in the chat. That's her GoFundMe, and she's just a really good person. So if you're able, that'd be fantastic. And yes, Rippa's absolutely killing it. 1,601,000.
And he still has like 70 days left. He's going to hit 2 million.
So he is. This is after 2 days, guys. So this is what we as a community and as fans and as paying customers are capable of. And this is what this shows, is that all of the gaslighting and all of the misdirection and all of the lies it's all that. It's just a smokescreen. The fact that Rippa put his money where his mouth is, like look at what he's created.
That is quality artwork.
That is fantastic. I mean, this is what we've paid for, and like it's even jumped up from Brian's comment just a few minutes ago. So
I know, it just keeps going up. It took me 10 minutes to order mine because
and he's got almost 17,999 people have purchased comics, shirts, cards, posters, whatever it might be.
Yeah, because on Tuesday when they were doing his main event, he said that the most expensive one, all 10 of them were sold out.
Yeah, so down here,
that big one.
It's a $5,000 package, and they sold out within the first like 2 hours. So he was through the roof. So now those 10 people get a chance. Like they're going to be canonized. They will be in Rippa's comic. Like he legitimately gave back to his customers. He's allowing them to not just purchase and enjoy the story. They can be a part of the story, which is huge. That's why I put on Twitter, I was like, does anybody want to give me $5,000? Because I don't have it. But see, look at this. Sold out.
Yes.
It's like they're selling out of stuff. This is how passionate and excited people are for someone who actually gives a damn and who actually cares and who they know. Like, here's the thing. I know Rippa personally. Like, we all know Rippa pretty. Like, a lot of us know Rippa. We've been following him for a while. Some of us got to meet him in person in Dallas. And he's been consistent in his message and in his approach and how he expects his customers to be treated. And we're trusting him because we know we can.
He wants us as a customer. He wants us as a customer.
Exactly.
What's up, Mike?
He did what?
Epic Mike. He's in the chat.
Oh, yep. Hey, Epic Mike.
It's not a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy.
It's not a conspiracy. But I mean, just look at this. Like, you can get a shirt, you can get a poster, like you can get the book covers signed. I mean, this is.
Trust me, if I really wanted to, I would actually. If I ever meet Ripper in person, I'm actually getting my sign and getting a pic of it. That's why I didn't. That's why you didn't get a signed copy. I just like, you know what? If I want to get a signed copy, I'm going to have it sign it to me personally.
Hey, that makes sense, honestly. But like, yeah, they're like, and then look at this interior artwork. Like,
I know.
This is absolutely gorgeous, and it makes me giggle when they're like, people like haters are like, oh, it's a bunch of amateurs doing stuff. No, Ripa put his money where his mouth is. He hired. It's like these men know what they are doing.
That's pretty much almost Marvel DC level artwork back there that happened back in the 90s and early 2000s when artwork was just so freaking awesome.
Well, you know that one of the you know the colorist, right? You know who colored this?
Who?
Here. See, this is why you got to read.
I didn't get a chance to read it because
Gabe so it's Gabe. He was DC and Marvel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was a colorist for DC and Marvel. So pencil and ink work from industry veteran Cliff Richards. Color work from, I always say his last name wrong. Gabe, is it Eltab? I don't know.
Yeah, well.
Gabe E. And then letter work from Eric Weathers. So like, who is also like, these are all seasoned vets.
Yeah.
These aren't amateur artists that he picked up off the street on a budget Amazon.
Marvel.
Like he legitimately went out, he vetted people, he made sure that they weren't going to try to hide any messaging in there. They weren't going to, they weren't looking to put their own agenda in anything
or self-insert themselves.
Yeah, it was going to be apolitical. And the great thing about this, the reason that we're getting these in August is because Ripa's they've already done the work.
Yeah, it's done. It's ready to go.
All you have to do is get
shipped out.
Yeah.
Because once the 75 days is done, he's going to look to see where it's all, and he's going to put out, here, get it out, let's go.
Yep, exactly, Chris Persia. He put up $200K of his own money. And like, when was the last time we saw any creative put that kind of skin in the game?
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
if you want high quality artwork, you gotta get the best.
Right. Well, and he took his money and like this. So if you guys look, he put down $200,000 of his own money. The campaign goal was $100,000. Like, if you look at the stretch goals, okay, like, if you got to 125,000, putting the industry on notice, like, hey, we're here, this is happening. 150, this is real. Like, this is a tracker. This is progress. I'm reading this because anybody that's purchased anything from Ripa, whether it was the book, a shirt, the trading cards, the being canonized in the story, the posters, whatever it was that you purchased, this is what you helped do. 125,000, putting industry on notice. 150,000, this is real. 200,000, operation recoup fee succeeds. So we've helped Ripa recoup his initial investment. 300,000, more inventory is purchased, which is why he was able to extend a lot of, so like cover A and cover B, and it had some stuff to do with the website kind of went wonky, but you can buy these through tomorrow. You can still get cover A and cover B through tomorrow, but they were able to order more inventory because we hit 300,000. 400,000, announcement of fan art contest with huge rewards. I wish I could draw. 500,000, a new item will be added to the campaign. That's when we got cover C, which is right here. Let me click on it. Look at that. That's freaking beautiful. Gorgeous. It's beautiful, right? So that's when that stretch goal is when we got cover C. 600,000, he didn't even know what to do at 600,000. Because like it was just beyond, like it was beyond his imagining. 700,000, we're buying cargo van for the orders.
Yeah, he bought another. He actually said he bought another cargo van.
A second cargo van. $800,000. 2 more guaranteed campaigns by the end of the year. That is going to be tight. Like, I don't know how he's going to pull it off, but this is something that we helped him accomplish. Like, we're going to get, he's going to have 2 more campaigns through the end of the year, which is insane. 900,000. This was the one that I tweeted out because I thought this was amazing. All part-time Ripaverse employees converted to full-time. We helped him do that in less than a day. He was able to bring all of his part-timers on on full time in less than a day.
Yep.
Less than a day.
I'm pretty sure his employees was like, yes.
Absolutely. I'm sure they were doing backflips. And then, of course, $1 million reveal of the team involved in next project. Guys, that's the last stretch goal, because he, like, at 600,000, he was like, there's no, like, you know, he thought that this was going to take weeks. He thought it was going to take weeks. He simply wanted to recoup half of his initial investment. That's all he was. He set his expectations reasonable, and he was like, this is what we need to hit to stay in business and to keep generating and to keep moving forward, right? This is what we need, right? And the stretch goals end at $1 million. Guys, he is damn near at $2 million.
I know.
Like,
we could get issues 2 and probably 3 by the end of the year.
It's a possibility, but look, since I've refreshed the page, it went up It went up $140,000. It went up $140,000, roughly, give or take, and we went up by 25 backers.
Yeah,
like
I think that's everybody's waiting for their pay, because you also remember too, Friday's coming up, which means more people are going to get paid. That's going to go up again. He will most likely before the 75 days is up. He's going to be at least break it or be close to breaking 2 million.
Yeah, like this is the fact that so it's really funny because you wouldn't think $1 million would be a limitation, right? He certainly didn't think this was a limitation. He thought he was reaching for the stratosphere here, and then just boom, like it just blew up. And I can say that I'm fairly certain they put a poll out on Twitter the other day.
Yeah.
Hats are coming, folks. People want the hats. Hats are coming, but that'll probably be in the next campaign. But that's why, like, people who are like, oh my god, like, there's no way. Like, some haters are trying to detract and say it's not the actual comic book that made at that point I think it was like 1.1 million. They're like, well, it's not just the comic book making that money. No, you're right. It's not, because he didn't just offer a 142-page comic book. Well, he offered a 96-page, fully colored, fully worded, like, finished product. This is a graphic novel. It's 96 pages. And he offered other merchandise on top of that so that you could get hyped, so that you could be excited. I mean, like, look at this. Yaira, I'm really excited about her because, like, I just love the whole thing she's got going on. This guy looks like Isam just looks like he's about to break your face. It's pretty freaking ridiculous. You've got the t-shirts, you've got the trading cards, you've got the concept art book, you've got everything going on here. You can get them in packages. There's just so much going on. There's so much to love. And, like, haters can't grasp why we would put our money towards this rather than the industry vampire disrespectful trash. Same thing. But okay, so I talked for like 24 more minutes past what I intended to.
But this is a good thing, though.
This is good stuff. Yeah. So, guys, I don't work for Ripa. I don't either. I don't, because what's really funny is I'm getting accused of being a bot. I got pulled off of Twitter twice. My account got locked twice because I got reported as being a bot simply because I was tweeting about this and retweeting about this and supporting this. Yeah, and they were it got clearly this isn't genuine.
They banned this off of Reddit. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Like the fear of what is happening. The fear of what is happening is absolutely genuine in the mainstream, for sure. Absolutely it is. So the fact that this is...
Yeah, I saw that, Faye. I saw Eric is already responding to him. Eric is responding to him. He's like, wow. The fan arts I've seen on there are great.
Yeah, the fan art's fantastic. But people are making fun of this. And what's really hilarious to me is, so I did, I have it on Twitter and on Instagram. I might even just put it on YouTube. But
I'm waiting for the retards to come up here and say with their version of the dress that fits your shit. I'm waiting for those guys to come out and say, "What the fuck did you fix?" What you just did was just turn into a piece of crap.
Yeah, no, like, but I did a short, so I did a short vid. It's like 28 seconds long, and it's the Cat Williams, and he's like, they don't hate you, they hate good, they hate good shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's what they hate. They wanted, they hoped for it, they waited for it, and it didn't happen. And so now they're looking at Eric K. Or Eric K. Oh my gosh,
Eric
K's
July.
not even here.
No, he's
Sorry,
not.
Golden Wrench, not you. But they're looking at Eric July like he's crazy, like he done something bad or messed up or effed up because he's being successful. And
so he's ready. He's ready. He's ready for him too. He's ready for those haters to come after him. He literally said it himself because he knows the haters coming and he's ready for them.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely 1000% ready. Yep, main complaint is that always that you're a bot. Absolutely. Like like people, I got my account reported twice for being a bot because they're like all she's doing is tweeting and retweeting about this Rippaverse nonsense and she's just trying to push the algorithm. No, I'm genuinely excited about it.
Even I did.
I'm genuinely excited about it, and it's not my fault that like my tweets were getting interactions. It's just what it was. Like, I was excited for this. I was promoting it, and then twice within like an hour and a half. So like I got my account locked and banned, and they were like, you need to do these things to prove you're not a bot. And I like was like, no, here per your TOS, like I have done everything necessary. I'm clearly not a bot. Unlock my account. Like less than an hour later or less than 2 hours later, I was locked out again for the same thing.
Oh my god.
It's just absolutely ridiculous the amount that they're, and then like you said, they're banning any mention of Rippaverse off of subreddit. Like because
they think he's a threat.
Yeah, they are terrified of him.
They are afraid of a black man.
It's not even that. Like, it's not even that. What they're afraid of is, like.
Well, remember what he said. Remember what he said. He is going after Marvel and DC. He's going to compete with them.
I know he is, but that's got nothing to do.
All the fans and a lot of the DC and Marvel shows recognize that. And they're trying anything they can to stop him because they know.
Yeah, because because they're holding on to the legacy stuff, but the legacy stuff is dying. It doesn't hold the power in the way that it used to because they've overplayed their hand. They've done way too much. They've done way too much disingenuous BS for any person with common sense to put any stock in them. So guys, absolutely for sure, if you've not ordered anything, you still have quite a bit of time.
You got plenty of time. You got to the end of August or end of September.
Yeah, I don't know why the days to go is not showing up. I guess I have to.
I think somebody said he's 72 days left.
Yeah, you've got like 72 days left to get it. Some of the stuff is going to be sold out. Like obviously the Canonized stuff and the I Want It All packets are gone, but you still have plenty of time to get something from the campaign if you want to. And I know that like I know lots of people who are like, I gotta wait for payday.
Like I said, everybody's waiting for payday to get what they're gonna get. But it doesn't matter what you get. You can get the comic books, you can just get the shirt or whatever. Because like I said, everybody's thinking, $35 for just one comic book? But look at the comic book. Look what it's made out of.
It's 96 pages of like high quality paper, fully colorized, fully fully written. It's actually 96 pages. It's not 96 pages where 45 of those pages are ads and fillers. This is an actual story. So you're getting like a legit $35. That's what you pay for. That's what you pay for some paperbacks. Like a Harry Potter paperback back in the day. That's what Harry Potter paperbacks went for. $35. The hardcovers were like $90. Some of them still are. And then of course, so the thing you do have to watch out for, international shipping, guys. From what I've been told, the international shipping is pretty high.
That's why the price. That's probably why most of the prices are also so high on it too, so you can cover the shipping and handling.
Yeah, like it's just so you're aware that the shipping for especially international, it's a little it's up there, but again, it's international shipping, and he's doing this all himself.
Yeah, because
So-
I know I think Az, I can't remember. I know Az got
Yeah, Az ordered some.
yeah, I
But
know Az
so
I just can't remember what he got because I know he said something.
so cover A and cover B are available only through tomorrow, and then
Right,
it'll be
well,
cover C after that. And then it looks like you can still get the signed covers for a little while, and then of course you've got the posters and the shirts and the cards and the concept art. So guys, there's a lot here for you to look at, for you to love. Hopefully you get something that you're going to thoroughly enjoy. I know that I'm looking forward to it. And I know Ripa genuinely appreciates all of the support.
oh yeah.
So, without any further ado, I appreciate every single one of you being here. If any of you can help out either Lady Tariel, or if you go over to the Ripaverse and get yourself something fantastic to read and enjoy and just have fun with, by all means do. And you know what? Please give Hook a rewatch or a watch for the first time if you've never seen it. And yeah, Ripaverse caps will be coming soon, but those will probably be in the next campaign. Maybe. I don't know how fast he can turn those around. But so I'm not going to speak for Eric on that one, but we do know that caps are coming.
He will keep us updated as it goes by. You're welcome, Faye.
Thank you, Faye, and thank you for being here. I appreciate every single one of you so much. You guys are what makes the world go round, quite frankly. And a little something that I am going to drop here. I have a new goal. I was going to make this announcement on my earlier live stream, but I was already really pushing for time. My husband and I have talked, and he said that if I can get my YouTube channel to start making comparable money to what I'm making at my job, I can go YouTube full time rather than just like on my lunch break and at 6 a.m. and then at like 8 o'clock at night.
Oh, so we're not gonna be hearing any more stories about you putting guys down to the floor like you did before?
Apparently not. I can't. Don't bring that up, Subhuman. Like someone's gonna track me down and be like, "Did you like what is going on?" But yeah, no, he's that guy's in jail. Just an FYI.
So you threw him in jail?
I didn't put him in jail, but
he put
himself
you
in
threw
jail.
him to the ground. That's definitely for sure.
I didn't throw him to the ground. His momentum.
You put him in an arm lock and pretty much put him.
No, I guided him to the floor. The floor is what made contact.
You stone cold stunnered him. Okay, you put a stone cold stunner on him. All right. And then you said Then you said Austin 316.
Yes, exactly. I definitely screamed Austin 316. No, just kidding. If you want that story, you have to go over to Lethal's channel, and I don't even remember which. It's the Halo stream. It's the Halo stream that we had to do on a Monday because
is that I think it's the one before or the one before the one we talked about where we thought that Halo series was a softcore porn.
I think that was that day.
Yeah, I think so.
That was the day. And Halo, it did turn into softcore. Like, it definitely turned into softcore. Don't go watch Halo. Go watch Hook. Don't watch Halo. Go watch Hook. Go buy some Ripaverse. And if you can, if you're able and willing, please, yes, support Lady Tariel. She's a sweetheart. She's been there for so many of us, myself included. I really genuinely appreciate every single one of you. Much love to all of you. Make sure you get your gym time in. And God bless, Godspeed. Take care and good night.